LinkedIn, we're live. Sorry, we were checking the live stream there to make sure it was all working.
I never got around to checking it.
No, so if you're watching and you can hear us and see us, then everything's working okay. Please let us know. So let's do some introductions. You go first.
Good morning, I'm Michael. Nice to see you this fine morning.
Well, it's been a bit icy and wet this morning, yeah.
In Horsham.
In Horsham. Tell us what it's like where you are. I'm Jeff from Silvertip Films as well. Mike and I work together a lot,
yes,
don't we?
We do.
So we're live here on LinkedIn. This is our second one of these. We had a guest with us last time, didn't we? It was Nikki May-Blaine from Big B Content. So today we're going to show you a few bits of work that we've done, talk about a few things, and if you've got any questions about video at all, fire away a comment and we'll try our best to answer. But first of all, we did this last time, but if you didn't see it, we are a video production company based in Horsham in West Sussex, but we work all over the South East, do a lot of stuff in London, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we go further afield as well, and sometimes we go abroad as well. And we do quite a wide range of work, from corporate promo. Corporate's such an old fuddy word, isn't it? I don't like it, but promotional stuff, interviews, talking heads, product demos, site promos, that sort of thing. We do quite a bit of theatre work as well, don't we?
Yeah.
Which we'll be showing some of in a little bit. Theatre shows like might be a panto or drama or like an event show, like the Champions of Magic show.
So from it can be like trailers, the whole show, shot as to watch, or
covering the whole show.
Covering the whole show, various other content, pre-show content, all that sort of stuff, and it could be in the theatre, it could be outdoor stuff, special environment.
We could talk a bit more about that in a minute, can't we? Because we've got
I'm like leaning out
a related topic to show.
I can see myself.
We're so we've got a laptop showing the stream, and then we've got the stream monitor showing three of us as well. So we're there's like 8 of us out the corner of our eye. So and we do live streaming work as well, like this here, multi-camera stuff. So we do quite a big range of work. So why don't we stop talking about it and show you instead?
Press the button, Jeff.
I will. Right, so that didn't work brilliantly at the beginning.
You pressed the wrong button.
Well, we set up a playlist in VLC of everything to run, and then it didn't. So great. So that's us really. That's kind of a quick look at everything we do. Do you want to talk a little bit more about
us?
About us, yeah. Go on.
Well, I'm 32 years old.
No, it's just not dating.
Oh. I think that show that's the recent one, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so it shows a good variety of things. We sort of, I think that one of the things we face is we'll do a couple of theatre shows in a row, and then suddenly every booking we seem to get is theatre.
Yeah, it does go like that actually. But
so it's good to see like our recent stuff is quite varied.
Yeah.
And obviously, coming back from COVID and things, it's good to get like a nice, fresh variety of like for Silvertip Film's perspective of footage to show people and show them what he can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to see a good variation. Exercise stuff, theatre stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Bit of music as well. Bit of music, site. Bit like B-roll stuff. We like kind of covering that with a slider for a bit of movement, or getting the gimbal out and really kind of going to town on it.
Did you show the Eric Clapton? Is that in there?
Yes, yeah, we did an Eric Clapton tribute band, Eric and the Claptones. Very good. I like it when a tribute band has a bit of a pun on their name. I can't think of any others, but it's the Claptones is quite good. So yeah, we've shot them quite a few times actually in the last 6 months or so. So we did some stuff in studio with them initially, and then we filmed them live when they played in Dorking, and that was good fun, wasn't it? We had multiple cameras on that, and we don't do as much music these days as we used to, but love filming music. It's great fun. So yeah, it was really good doing that show, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember that you had to hold the camera.
Yes, that was fun. Yeah, so we were on stage, Mike and I, and Freddie was.
The corner of your stage was. Vibration.
I was having major bass vibrations, which normally at a gig you'd think, "Why this is cool," but the tripod and then the camera was just shaking, and every kind of bass drum hit. And did I have? Oh, you had a bass player near you, didn't you? Dunstan was your side, yeah. So I had to quickly discard the tripod and go handheld, and I'm old, and I can't do 2.5 hours of handheld filming with a heavy camera like that, solid. There was an interval, wasn't there?
Yeah,
there was, and I was like.
Well, I was across the other side of the stage watching this happen as I was filming, and I was thinking, what's going on?
Yeah. And I was trying to catch your attention to say, "You're young,
yeah.
You come and do this."
And I was conveniently like,
yeah. Every time I looked over, he's like,
but I was like, why is he doing that? I was like, I can feel vibration, but it's not that bad.
But it wasn't as bad on your side, was it?
Like occasionally, like he would whack to the bass drum a bit, and I would see it. But
yeah.
I was like, you won't use that bit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's kind of standard
you were like,
at a gig. You get a bit of shake. There's just so much noise going on. But yeah, it was really bad that side.
And I was just like, is he just being over dramatic here? And then
no.
Saying just like.
So we could show some of that another time actually, but we've got a little trailer to show you that we recently made for Guildford Shakespeare Company in their production of Richard II. So I'm going to try to play this, and hopefully it will work, and you can take a look. So we did this last Friday night, yeah. So we'll cut to this now, and you can take a look at it.
And if those feet in ancient times walk upon England's mountains.
Okay, so we just had a couple of people watching, so thanks for joining, but you've gone now, so it's very sad.
No.
Well, that was the Guildford Shakespeare Company trailer for Richard II, which we filmed Friday last week. I spent Monday editing, and we tweaked a bit on Tuesday, and it went out Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk a little bit about that and what we do with Guildford Shakespeare?
Yeah, I was just watching the stream again, sorry.
Oh, okay, well, you're distracted by 8 of us over there.
Yeah, so as I said earlier, we've done it for quite a while, don't they?
Well,
Guildford Shakespeare, you mean for you've
worked
for
about
a very
10
long
years,
time.
yeah.
So their productions are in all sorts of different venues,
Site,
outside and inside.
Site responsive theatre, as they call it, yeah.
And in the winter, it's normally inside, thankfully.
Yes.
But yeah, so every shoot offers its new challenges and new visual looks and things, and throughout the years we've done, you know, the trailer and things, which is, you know, go to the dress rehearsal, which is normally the night before it opens, and then you've got a bit more of sort of a free reign, and then so it's about a case of talking with the director of the show, working out, okay, what are the key sort of moments, what bits. So for example, in that one you see there's like the dancing scenes, there's the flowers being thrown and
Richard,
and certain like story beats which are visually, you know, enticing for the audience, where they're like, oh, okay, what's going on? And obviously, I imagine, don't, you know, hold me to this, but I reckon it wasn't an office business party originally in Shakespeare.
No, so when they do their shows, they like with a lot of Shakespeare these days, you know, the era and the sort of look of it might be updated or adjusted or, you know, whatever. So this one for Richard II, Richard II, I don't know, is modern, and there's bits in there where they're kind of partying, and it's supposed to be at like Whitehall, and it's the you know, the sort of the royalty partying and, you know, taking champagne out of, you know, wheel suitcases and
like the jewel and stuff is more a drinking game, and it's all adjusted to fit a time period.
Yeah, and obviously reference, you know, the government, you know, doing whatever they wanted over the last couple of years.
How timeless Shakespeare is.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, something that's that old is still relevant now. So yeah, you know, they you know, did one last summer or maybe the summer before that was a kind of 1930 style sort of flappers type thing, wasn't it? You know,
As You Like It. Was it
no, it was She Stoops to Conquer, that one. And then they did Midsummer's Night's Dream, which one year was done as a sort of 60s sort of love-in type thing, you know, hippies and stuff, and then
Hamlet was modern.
Hamlet was modern. That was with Freddie Fox, wasn't it? Yeah. So, like Mike said, sometimes for every show, we'll shoot the dress rehearsal. Sometimes it's single camera, and we get all the shots together, and then, you know, then cut a trailer, and then that kind of runs the duration of the show's you know, runtime, you know, running life. And they've been able to see that there's been a spike in ticket sales because they post a video to certain places and there's a specific link on that one to then buy tickets, and they're able to track, you know, what sales have come off, you know, related to the video. So, you know, they've been able to see that the videos always boost their ticket sales, which is great. And then sometimes what we do is shoot the whole show. So when we were at the Richard II show the other day, Mike was shooting a wide shot, which was then used to give to their interpreter, so they could prepare for doing the sign language performance of the show. And then during the last couple of years with COVID, when they've had audience restrictions and things like that, we've done multi-camera coverage on the shows, and then sometimes we've edited them live, haven't we, and occasionally streamed them like we did with one of the kids' performances for their youth department, and otherwise we, you know, shoot them multi-cam, take them away, edit them, and then the company put them out kind of as a live stream, so it's not going out live, but, you know, you tune in at Tuesday night at 7 o'clock to watch it going out live. So that was a really good way of kind of getting the show to people who, you know, could no longer come because they'd become ill or didn't want to go out because they didn't want to get ill, or even people who are, you know, further away and would never be able to come and watch a show in Guildford. And then sometimes we also do kind of bespoke trailers for the shows. We've been doing a lot more of those, haven't we, over the last couple of years. So it might be that we go and shoot something themed to the show, to go out, you know, sometime in advance to kind of start promoting it and do an early ticket sale. So with Richard II, for example, we'd use some stock footage and voiceover to make a kind of atmospheric trailer. And then when we did, which one was it? Hi Luke. Luke Hans is watching. Hi Luke. Luke came to the film festival for the awards night. Did you meet him?
Yes, you?
Yes, yeah.
Maybe.
You might have done, yeah.
I can't see his picture from here.
He's very tall. You're like, hi Luke. I was surprised how tall he was. So thanks for tuning in and watching. Yeah, so was it Caesar? Was that one of them? We did like a party political broadcast. Do you remember that?
Oh, that's Caesar. That's
we've done.
That was a really interesting one actually, because it was like a party political broadcast that was like an interview with the Prime Minister sort of thing.
Yeah.
It was all in Shakespeare style. He was commented again.
Yeah.
And he's
the tall, good-looking one.
Oh.
Yeah. That should be your LinkedIn bio. Advert genius, the tall, good-looking one.
Yes, that was like, it's nice to have a bit of like creative.
Yeah,
sort of
and the way it works is that Matt Pinches, who is one of the directors of Guildford Shakespeare Company, their shows are always directed by different people, but Matt will develop an idea and kind of, base it around the theme of the show, the setting of it, and take characters. Like when we did, I think it was Midsummer's Night's Dream, like I said, it was kind of 60s style, so we shot a 4:3 aspect ratio, flickery trailer with two of the characters kind of taken out of the play and put into a scenario that is relating to part of the play, and it was a bit kind of silly and a bit slapstick, and it fitted it perfectly. And then last year we did Hamlet, remember, with Freddie Fox, and there was a trailer done for that. Yeah, it was a bit of monologue from it, and him at camera, and various cutaways and stuff like that. So yeah, it's great. We get to do quite a lot of
the
nice
children's
stuff.
theatre. When they were locked out of COVID, we did the whole show, but we shot it like specifically for camera.
Yeah.
And I'll do like we'll do the scene multiple times, and then afterwards, we put up, there was like magic. I can't remember, it's a Tempest, isn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
And adding like the all cheesy like magic effects and stuff
Yeah.
onto it.
But putting rain
so it's
on.
more.
You just took it up a bit from just being a straight stage show. Well, because like I said, it's all site responses. So sometimes they take place in a church in Guildford. So like for Richard II, you had the main kind of stage area that was in the sort of pulpit, if that's the right word, and then to the stage right there was kind of B stage, and then in the middle of the room there was like a satellite stage, wasn't there? And so, like Mike was saying earlier, when we go in and we talk to the directors and stuff, we need to find out, what's happening over there, what's over there. Sometimes it's in the round, and people are sitting around it. Sometimes they've got, stages in 3 different places. Sometimes you move from location to location, and so it's great. We really love the challenge of it. So yeah, we like doing it.
It's always the rush when they're like, oh, we're going to go walk 100 metres.
Yeah,
You've got all the cameras.
Drag cameras, yeah.
But yeah, it adds a different sort of, a variety to, obviously, if you're watching it as a show, suddenly you're like, okay, we're going here, and it's always in fact part of the story.
Yeah.
The characters, actors and stuff stay in character and take them various places.
Like
they had the one with the train and.
Yeah, it was at the mini train park in Guildford, and also sometimes they do, particularly in the summer, they do. Hello Sharon, how are you? Hope you're okay. Sometimes in the summer they do non-Shakespeare stuff like Alice in Wonderland, and that one takes place.
Hanson's Tale, not
Hans Christian Andersen's Tales, yeah. So that was like mini versions of Hans Christian Andersen stuff. So like the Alice in Wonderland took place kind of around the castle and park grounds in Guildford, and then you went into a building at one point, I think, on that, and they had. Like we green screened a Cheshire Cat puppet at one point, which was then projected into a tree that they had as part of the building and stuff like that. So they're really kind of pushing the kind of creative side of things and the immersion and stuff like that.
I imagine when you're doing Shakespeare, you sort of nowadays you have to. I think you think of something that's a little bit outside the box. I think because the stories are known.
Yes.
So you have to.
You've got to create a reason for people to go and see their, third version of Hamlet or something that they've seen before. Yeah. So we want to also show a video which is now for something completely different, but connected to Luke watching the Horsham Film Festival. So why don't you tell a little bit about Horsham Film Festival?
Oh, the Horsham Film Festival. It's a film festival. Culminating
Where is it?
In Horsham.
It's in Horsham.
At the Everyman. And this year it was about the Everyman, and it's been running for a few years now.
Well, it was just its 4th year, wasn't it?
Yeah, fourth year, and it's had loads of entries recently, and keeps building up, and we keep building up various parts of it. This year we had we were finally able to show all the nominations in the week before.
Yeah, so we had 4 nights of screenings before the awards night, didn't we? Yeah.
and yeah, it's been going really well for us. You know, for Silvertip Films, it started as a year of culture projects, which managed to get funding, and now it funds itself.
Yeah.
You know, so it's sort of it's developed in a way that it's allowed us to continue being Silvertip Films, but then we've also been able to do this, which is it's a really good way to meet various people in the community.
Yeah.
You know, we've worked with people.
Yeah, we work with local businesses
and you know, directors and things in the professional sense, not just in
some of the people who've entered films and subsequently won have come and worked with us on things. You know, we work with local businesses. Sometimes they sponsor the event. You know, then they're there to hand out an award on the night. You know, we do a bit of filming with one of our presenters, you know, Emily, to go and chat with them, and we put some stuff out about them prior to it. So we tried to kind of maximise their you know, exposure and coverage through the event as well. You know, we did interviews with the sponsors on the awards night, with Lauren Cornelius, who was presenting that side of things. And like Mike said, we, in the past couple of years, you know, we've just had an awards night, and we usually show, you know, a little clip of each of the nominated films, and then show the full film, you know, the winner of each category. And we've got a bit of feedback that people would like to see all the films, but that's difficult when you're looking at like 6 hours of stuff. Luke's laughing at something. You're looking at 6 hours worth of films being shown, which is, you know, not really feasible in a night or, you know, a day. So when we partnered with the Everyman Cinema, they were fantastic and offered us 4 nights of screenings, you know, to be able to play all the films in full in the different categories. And we were also able to put on screenings of some other films that were out of competition that some friends of ours have made. So, for example, a film that Luke Cairns was involved in, called Venus, played, and Melanie Perry, who's also on LinkedIn, her film Scooch was played one night, and Chris Carr, who's someone I've known for a very long time, we played his spy film Dry Cleaner. So that was really nice as well. That was only the second time Chris had seen his film on the big screen, so it was quite exciting for him.
Was it only second? I thought
I think so.
I thought it was his first time he'd seen it on the big screen.
Oh, maybe it was the first time he'd been there for it, but it had been shown.
Because he was talking about how it's different hearing it in the cinema.
Yeah.
Not just, obviously, you know, you see it, but there's the whole other side of, you know, the noise of being in a cinema that adds to it. And he was like, oh, I didn't realise it was like that.
Yeah,
in terms of hitting you.
And you know, it doesn't really matter, I don't think anyway, how long you've been doing this kind of thing, but when you see your work on the big screen or on a TV or, you know, whatever it might be, it's quite exciting. You know, even for us at the awards night, you know, a couple of things that we've made for some of the sponsors played, it's quite exciting seeing it, you know, on the big screen like that. So that's
when you notice all the things you did.
Yeah, yeah. I changed that. So why don't we take a look at the...
I was going to ask though, now that it's been a little while, and Jeff's a judge.
Yeah, I am, yeah.
Which was your favourite film?
So critical. My favourite film...
Overall. You can pick one that wasn't even winner. Now, because there's other judges, Jeff doesn't have the final say.
Yeah, so our other judges included Azim Salah, who was a director on Doctor Who Flux, the recent series with Jodie Whittaker, and Nick Mower, who theatre writer, director, producer, and he's working at, is it Haywards Heath he's at now?
No, I was there the other day. Where was I?
I don't know. I wasn't there, I was somewhere else.
Yeah.
So he's
it
somewhere.
Was snowing.
Anyway.
It was snowing.
So yeah, we watched the films through Film Freeway, and you give them a rating on various different things, you know, camera work, performance, and entertainment. We're mostly interested in being entertained, but don't really care whether this film was shot on a phone or a Blackmagic or Red or, you know, whatever, as long as it's a good story. So yeah, it's quite interesting when...
Because occasionally you guys don't agree.
Yeah, there's never any arguments about it,
yeah,
but
right.
You know, something
Gets
that
violent,
I liked, you know, think, oh, that's winning, and then Nick or Az would have voted on you know, then that film drops down and stuff. My favourite, I can't pick one. There was a film that I'm quite biased to, had Mandip Gill from Doctor Who in, which I really liked, the one where she was in the sound booth, which was directed by Sid Heather, who won an award in our first year for a film called Sticks, which was about a couple playing in the woods, and their sticks are like something, it's a magic wand and a shotgun and stuff like that. And there was an animation called, it was a Candlelight, I think, wasn't it? Yeah. And it was about 2 candles that sort of meet and sort of fall in and stuff like that. And the story itself was sort of bittersweet, wasn't it, at the end? But the quality of the animation on it was absolutely astonishing. I mean, like everyone,
It's
Pixar Disney level. It was, you know, swirling camera moves, firework effects, light shining, all sorts of stuff. You know, like every trick in the book they did. I think, you know, fabric, light refraction, you know, all this sort of stuff. So that was really good. And then the winner of the best comedy was a film called Bingo, which was about a guy who's trying to dispose of what you think is a dead body, but turns out to be a puppet, isn't it? And
the puppet's alive.
Yeah, the puppet's alive and talks to him. And there's a one saucy joke in it which got a good laugh, and then there's quite a good twist at the end, isn't there?
I was about to say that is my favourite bit of it, but that's it's a bit not the right thing to say, but because it wasn't. But it was just like the music at the end is like just suddenly
really
this heavy metal
song,
and it's like out of nowhere. She just turns it on the radio and it just starts playing, and you're just like, what? Like, where's that come from?
And it turned out it was just stock library or something.
Yeah,
you know, it wasn't by a sort of band.
Because asked on stage, he was like, oh yeah, we just found it.
Yeah,
it's just like that's an amazing choice, just to be like. Normally it would be, you know, like
something like that. You'd expect
hokey pokey sort of thing.
A little,
and then all of a sudden it's just like
cartoony type
heavy
thing,
like rock. No, everyone's just like, oh yeah, okay, cool.
So let's show you a little bit of the night. We've got a video which is presented by Lauren Cornelius, and we'll take you
the whole
through.
thing.
No, it's the cut down. So it's a couple of minutes. Maybe we'll jump back in on the picture in picture at some point. But yeah, take a look.
Hello, I'm Lauren and I am here at the Horsham Everyman Cinema for the Horsham Film Festival 2022. Now this is the first year that we have been back in 2 years. This has been running for 4 years, so we're very excited to be back here in person to see how it all goes down. So should we go in and take a look? So good to be here in person, and we could not have partnered with a better venue than the Horsham Everyman Cinema. There are so many people here tonight. There's sponsors, there's cast, there's crew, there's budding young filmmakers everywhere I look. So let's...
Right, hopefully you can see us in the top corner here for a little bit of picture-in-picture action, and you can hear us.
I can see myself.
Excuse us, we're managing the entire thing off camera here.
That's why Jeff keeps leaning out.
I'm not going to eat anything.
I just saw myself on the screen. Oh my god.
So yeah, this is our promo of the night shot by Martin Clark, who works with us a lot for Horsham Film Festival, this was the awards night on December 2nd last year. Which took place at the Everyman. As you can see, it's a great venue. We couldn't have asked for anywhere better for the event, and just really felt fitting, didn't it? People loved the place. We had it kind of done up a little bit with some balloons. It was already kind of 5 stars, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. And we just took it up a little bit. So this is Lauren Cornelius here, another Doctor Who connection. She does audio dramas and stuff for that, and she acts as well and presents. She was brilliant. She kind of really fitted in to the night.
She fit the Silvertip film.
Yeah,
vibe.
she did. When you run film work, video work, it's important that people kind of get on and fit in together, and
it just makes the day easier.
Yeah, it does, and you know that you can have a good time with people, and that you can rely on them and trust them and everything. And sorry, I'm getting ready to stop the playback. And Lauren, has just slotted in brilliantly. She got on great with Emily, with us as well.
I assume Martin. We were busy working.
Well, Martin filmed.
Well, you were busy shooting, but
I'm guessing she got on fine with Martin. Vice versa. So I would assume so. The Everyman was great. So we're hoping to run the event again this year and do so there. We'll have more news on that soon. If anyone is watching, you want to find out more about Horsham Film Festival, drop us a line. If anyone might be interested in sponsoring, or if you've got a film that you might want to enter, get in touch. We'll send you some more details about it.
Yeah, if you've got any ideas on how we can grow it, we're always looking at, we always have tentative discussions about what we sort of want to do and how we want to grow it, and so like last year that's how the screenings came into play. We not pushed, but we were like, we want to be able to do this, and every man were like, yeah, do it.
Yeah.
So that was easier than we thought it would be, in terms of, we were like, oh, how can we do it? We're conscious that we're, this is our slot, and then they were like, oh no, we can create more slots, and just taking out the wall, and so yeah, we're always looking at ways that we can, is there opportunity to do more, workshop discussions with certain directors?
Yeah,
is there?
Well, we this year we had the Brick bus, which you briefly saw in the promo, which is a Lego themed bus that they do games and activities and stuff. So that came down on the afternoon before the awards night, and they had a film themed session. So kids were booked on, went and played for a couple of hours there, and you also saw mystery trails. So there was Luna and Annalise from Whistle Stop Arts that we work with quite a lot. They came down and brought their sort of portable mini escape room game, people could take part in that. So it's just adding a little bit extra. In the past we've had musical performances, haven't we? And
it's like things like just to add it to more, a more complete day, if that makes sense. I think for the talks and the Q&As, I think it's all about finding the right speakers and who we can say. So if you know anyone that is a director, or they've worked on big projects and things, let's see if we can do something. If you think there'll be interest. I think the other major thing, sorry to interrupt you, but I'm more important, is the and maybe people on LinkedIn will be able to help us, is the under 18s part. It's something that we keep working at. It's a real struggle to work with schools in terms of not the actual people within the school working with them. It's they're with it. Obviously within their primary function is to teach the kids, and I think it's working within their time frames, and it's very locked in. And obviously we have our own time frame, but it's sort of like, how can we get more kids involved, because we've seen the quality of children's entries go up, but it's always a struggle to have enough, more. We want more, basically.
So we have 5 categories for the film. So there's best comedy, best drama, best animation, best documentary, and then we do one that is called Your District, which is for films that are made in and / about the Horsham District area, which is kind of, because of Horsham Film Festival, we want to celebrate our area. So we do those for what we call the over 18s section, which is obviously the adults that have made films. And we want to do them for the under 18s as well, but in the last 3 years we've only ended up having an under 18s section. It's been a bit of a mix as a documentary, a spy thriller, or a sort of holiday video documentary thing, because we sadly don't get enough entries from kids to be able to make multiple categories of it. And like Mike said, we've tried reaching out to schools in the area, places that we know have media departments, to say, this is what we're doing, tell the kids about it. It's not necessarily that they need to then fit in what they're doing with what we're doing and enter, effectively coursework, but we always have the summer holiday period, don't we, as a window for entry. It's usually a 6, 7, 8 month period for entering films. Plenty of time to go out and make something. So we kind of want to grow the future filmmakers.
Yeah, and if there's any, I don't know who you're linked with, but any theatre groups or children's acting groups or things like that, do get in contact, because we're happy to, if you're local, we can come and talk about it and what needs to be done. Because I think there's, we do see the children enter. So Luke, for example, he's entered every year and he's really obviously in it, in terms of he's pushing himself to do it.
Luke Watley big,
and he does. He entered in 2, and they're completely different things. One was a documentary and one was like a short like action-y sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, yeah, if it was in his own thing, you know, I think he would be winning a lot more because his stuff's really good.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, we want to reach more kids. I don't know if he might be over 18.
He is now, yeah.
Would be able to, push that sort of thing. And, you know, there's definitely those kids out there that want to do this, and it's okay, well, letting them know and getting them involved. And if they need someone, you know, if you run, you know, an acting workshop or whatever, and you need us to come down to talk for, you know, half an hour about what it entails, you know, we can do that if it helps, you know, because for if you're running that workshop, it gives you, you know, here's a real world thing that you can go and be part of and enter and give you that experience, and it gives them that reason. It gives them time goals, for example. You know, they know they need to have it done by this.
Yeah.
So, you know, it helps with
and
the planning and things.
Yeah, and you know, for the group to kind of develop an idea together and you know, go out and shoot it and stuff. So yeah, if anyone's watching and
then, you know, if they get nominated, they get to be seen on a cinema screen.
Go to a posh
cool.
awards night. You know. So yeah, we'll look out for more info on Horsham Film Festival for later this year. So we're going to play another video now. I think I've queued this one up right. Could go wrong, but we'll just adapt. Should be for the introduction to videography workshop. That
well, hopefully it goes right.
Hopefully,
because you're a teacher, aren't you?
Yes, well, we both are. Yeah. So let me play this.
Jeez.
And you can take a look at it. So we are in the top corner.
Right. We're doing picture in picture.
Yes.
Okay.
So hello. Why don't you talk a bit about this one? I'm just going to sit back.
So, is this? It's basically, you know, we've noticed that a lot of people are obviously shooting their own video stuff, and as you can see, it's a lot like this, where it's all wonky and things. And so we decided, hey, we can teach you some very, you know, quite simple tricks and tips to sort of help your self-filming go a long way in terms of quality.
Yeah.
And therefore allow you to be able to create, you know, great content on your own for, you know, a lower cost. You know, if you have to have regular content and you can't afford a video company to come out every week.
We'd love to shoot everything ever for everyone, but we are aware.
We understand, but there are certain things that, you know, maybe your skill level isn't. Maybe you're slightly older and you never, you know, it wasn't part of your ingrained, you know, as all kids now, they know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
So, you know, things like, for example, right now it's lighting and different types of lighting that, you know, to show how to get the effect that you want, and we'll go through that and how to, you know, set that up.
Yeah.
You know, different types of equipment. So as you can see at the moment, Martin's filming that, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's on a gimbal camera.
And then a slider shot. So we look at the ways different pieces of equipment can, you know, change your production values on things. We look at sound as well, and how to get good sound, and, you know, different things that you can use to improve that, for example.
Yeah.
So this is a workshop that we're running in conjunction with Horsham District Council. They're doing a whole load of different workshops on the first half of this year. So ours is the introduction to videography workshop. There'll be a bit of practical work in it as well, won't there?
Yeah.
Maybe some pre-session stuff that we get people to film, so that we can have a look at what they're doing, find out, you know, what's right, what's not, how we can, you know, help and adjust things. And then we'll go through different things in the workshop, and then there'll be some practical stuff within it to go out and shoot some stuff and have a look at it. And then, you know, afterwards there'll be some one-on-ones as well, because, well, like we said, we'd love to film everything, but we're aware that it's not practical for multiple reasons. You know, we're not available at the drop of a hat. People don't have the budgets for it. You know, time. Yeah, you need to be able to sometimes do stuff really, you know, quickly. And we'd much rather people knew how to do it well themselves than badly or not at all. And I think we believe everyone can benefit from video, whether it's, you know, a one-off, you know, kind of main promo or regular ongoing content. Everyone can have a video of some sort, but yeah, we'd much rather, you know, help people feel confident, both in terms of how they film things and what they need for it, but also to go on camera as well. That's a big part of what we do as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's the other side of it, and getting that confidence to go on camera and to speak. I mean, you know, Panicking and shocking. You can't tell what I'm
This is
sweating.
all on auto cue,
Yeah.
you know, which is something that we have got. You know, if people are, you know, we're just winging it here because we know what we're talking about. But when you're doing
well, it's tips like, for example, having two people.
Yeah.
To be able to interrupt each other.
Yeah, this is much nicer for us rather than doing a one-person thing. But some people are really confident in that, and then there's other people who, you know, they might have a bullet point list off to the side of the camera just to give them prompts to help remind them of things. And then there's other people who have a whole auto cue script, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. And if you've got a lot of very kind of detailed info that you need to get out, and auto cue is invaluable for getting that done, really.
So yeah, the workshop sort of goes through that and those different options that are available to you. I think, you know, part of it is knowing that these things are out there for you to use, but also, you know, having someone teach you how to do this sort of thing. You know, very, you know, simple little things that you can do that can up your video quality. So it takes that pressure off you when you, or that barrier to entry.
Yeah.
So you can start doing that, and then, you know, later down the line you might realise, okay, now it's time for an actual professionally shot one, or I want to be doing stuff which is much more, you know, movement orientated, so maybe I need this bit of kit. Do I need to, you know, have a company do that, or can I do that? And all these sort of things will hopefully give you a much better understanding of what's out there, what equipment there is, what skills that you will need either yourself or someone else to do. You know, maybe you're a small business and you're looking, okay, I need to get my marketing team to be much more brushed up on these certain things.
Yeah.
You know, can we do it all through, you know, our phone, or do we need, you know, for the stuff? Do we need equipment? All these sort of things. Hopefully, we'll be going through that. And obviously, as Jeff said, you know, we're part of this workshop with Horsham District Council. A wider ranging, which has various different.
Yeah, we'll show you something on that in a minute.
Various different workshops.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt before I forget. I just want to say that I think, like I said, everyone could benefit from video, and I think there's a time to have a professionally shot video, which might be to make your main promotional piece, to show off your product or your venue, or you need to talk about the company. Because that's the one primarily that is appealing to new clients and customers, and I think they would expect a certain level of quality on that. But when you shoot your own stuff, you know, you might do a Facebook Live, for example, or LinkedIn Live, or you know, just shoot. Yeah, you can't do LinkedIn Live through your phone. But you can afford to be slightly rougher around the edges because you're reaching an audience that primarily already knows you there. So, you know, if you had a shop, for example, and you wanted to show a new item that had come in, you know, you could do a quick 5-10 minute video. You know, we know La Vida Boutique in Horsham really utilises video well, and she shows off the new dresses and things that are in, and consistency is a key. You know, if you're looking on LinkedIn, you know, every other post is about being consistent, but you know, with video as well, it's about doing it regularly. You know, we've noticed when we were doing Facebook Live sessions a couple of years ago, doing it every week, every other week, you know, and slowly, well, not that slowly actually, it would build up, you know, the viewers and, you know, the kind of post action on it as well. So, you know, doing video for yourself to reach your audience, you know, don't just do it once if your business will enable you to do that, and you know, it's the sort of thing that we can discuss with you, because like I said, every business can use video, but I think there's some that might not be able to kind of produce weekly content just based on the service or, you know, the product or whatever, but that's something that we can talk about.
Yeah, it's about, you know, utilising. I think the other thing is the idea that, you know, not everyone will see every post. So this live stream, not every one of Jeff's followers will see it. So having that regular,
None of them.
Even, well, I think that's lying actually, but I think every person thinks, oh, you know, if every person sees all 3 of the posts that I put out today, they're going to get fed up with me. But the likelihood is that only the people that, because of the algorithm, the people that really love Jeff and think he's God's gift will see all 3, and they'll be happy about the fact they see all 3 of those.
Will they? But it's like on Twitter.
So it's like pushing the idea that, say, if you have a video, you know, post it multiple times, because most people won't be seeing it every time. So I think it's all about, you know, pushing the idea of using your content as much as creating it. It's how you use it, when you use it, where to post it, all those sort of things.
Yeah, I might say, you know, like on Twitter, you know, you do a tweet, it kind of lives for 15 minutes, you know, and then it's gone. So you might feel like, oh, I shouldn't spam it, but actually it's probably not a bad thing. And you know, like posting on LinkedIn, doing it daily, and you know, repeating stuff every couple of months, you know, people won't have seen it before necessarily. So you know,
that's why we show at the start.
Yeah,
of this
exactly,
because who knows, you know, the likelihood is that people wouldn't, and if they have seen it before, the algorithm is pushing them to you, and that means, and the algorithm now is smart enough to know that you want to see that.
Yeah.
So seeing it again, or you know, they're happy to see that content. So you know, it's not. Whereas before, I say before, you know, maybe a couple of years ago, the idea of over posting and all that sort of thing was, you know, it was bad.
Yeah.
Because people would see it as a negative. But now the algorithms and, you know, it's showing you, it's smart enough to show you exactly what you want. So I think, and all, of course, you know, we don't discuss that like massively in detail, but how to use your content and all that sort of thing. You know, our workshop, repurposing it. Like, say you shoot a promo, you know, can you maximise your time and add a couple of shots? So now suddenly you can create what you've got in content-wise. You can do something shifted slightly and maximise, you know, your time, all that sort of thing.
So if you might be interested in this workshop, it's the Introduction to Videography workshop. You can go to Eventbrite, search for Silvertip Films, or type in Videography, or let us know, leave a comment, we'll post a link to it. There's only a limited number of spaces on the workshop. It takes place April the 18th this year. So people need to kind of apply for it, and then we're going to pick the people to attend based on those that we feel like we can help the most with video. But chances are we'll run it again later in the year as well. So all of this is part of this business training program that Horsham District Council are putting on. So for example, yesterday I was filming a workshop about accounting and software and budget and cash flow and all that kind of thing. So there's a really large number of workshops taking place, isn't there? And there's something called the Rising Stars program, which is happening now. The Rising Stars program is now full for this year, but again might run later this year again, but it's definitely going to be running next year. But that's a 7-week series of workshops covering lots of different things. So there's HR tips and advice, how to use TikTok, how to recruit via social media. We're doing a mini video version in it, and it's being done by a lot of people in our local area here in Horsham who are experts at what they do. So we'll just play a little promo about that. Should we talk over the top of it?
Yeah, do it.
So here we go. So this is the promo for the Rising Stars program, which you can see down here. So this is talking about all the different masterclasses. So you might recognise some faces. So this is Blick. She's quite an internationally renowned speaker for kind of basically growing businesses and doing things like that. This is Carolyn Burchell, and this is Amy Blick. Carolyn is the accountancy expert. Amy is HR and recruitment. And then Carolyn, as I said, does accountancy. This is Michelle Betts from By Jove Media. She's social media expert. This is Sophie Ward. She's a photographer.
That's Jeff.
That's some bloke who knows a bit about video. And that's back to Dee, just kind of rounding it all up here. So it's a really exciting programme, and there you go, some info about it. So we're really looking forward to being part of it, and we're going to be filming each session as well. Then they won't go out online in full, but there'll be little bits from, you know, highlights from each one that will go out as well. So it's a really good project. We're looking forward to it, aren't we?
Yeah, and I think from a Silvertip Films perspective as well, like if you're a business that maybe, you know, you want your staff you know, trained up in doing video, maybe you want more content going out from various levels of your staff, that's something that we also do. So yeah, get in contact. You know, you can have this course or similar to it. We can adjust it if you have certain needs. Get in contact with Jeff, or, you know, go through the Silvertip Film various channels. And just tell us what you know you need to learn, because we're all set up. We've got multimedia content for it. We've got you know, practical elements that we can help you with.
Yeah.
You know, we can set up, you know, presenting training, all these sort of things. You know, or what's it called? Auto cue training.
Yeah,
all that sort of thing.
Did that,
we can help. And so yeah, just get in contact. I think it's yeah, we've got it. These courses, as Jeff said, like one of them's fully booked now.
Yeah.
The other one you have to apply for.
Yeah, our one is not locked yet, but Rising Stars is full.
But if you're, as I say, you know, you want maybe your marketing team, you know, you can't afford to hire a videographer, but you want to be doing video content. Yeah, just get in contact, because it's something that we offer as a service separately.
Yeah, and also we can support you with it. So it might be like we did for Brock Taylor, an estate agent here in town. You know, we trained up their team to be more confident on camera. Went through the half-day workshop with each group of 6 people, didn't we? And then they would go out and film their you know, house tours, talking to camera. We'd get sent the footage and we'd edit it, title it, put music on it, things like that, because that became a more complex job than that they could do themselves, based on the fact that, you know, they didn't have a full-time member of staff to do that degree of kind of content creation. So, you know, there's times when, you know, I think within your business, you know, you can easily make, you know, take care of things yourself and handle, you know, the creation stuff, but there's other times when, you know, perhaps the volume or the complexity of what you need to get done needs to be, you know, outsourced, and that's something that we can help with.
Yeah, I think, and yeah, it all stems from that workshop stuff. You know, maybe you don't need all that sort of thing, but I think, you know, your skills are up there. It's just a case of okay, I don't have the time to edit all of this, or
exactly.
You know, make graphics for it and all that sort of thing, and that's something that we can do. But I think also, if you're a business that you know is learning, maybe you have like a 2 or 3 people in your marketing team, and it's just about upskilling them to be able to create this content. But you know, it may be, for example, these workshops at the moment through the HDC scheme, you know, that there's not really the opportunity to have 3 people from your team come onto it.
Yeah.
So, you know, we can do that privately. You know, say it's normally about a day's session that we can put together, and then from that help you create your own content, and then work out, okay, do I need post help from Silvertip Films in terms of, you know, the editing of it, or
do we come in once a month or once every other month, bulk shoot a load of stuff, and then
you know, is it complementing the stuff that you're doing? Maybe, you know, you're doing site visits and you need your staff to be able to film it on their phone, and then it's complemented with, you know, once a month we come in and it's, you know, talking head stuff, or you know, interviews, all that sort of stuff that's complemented with the footage that you've now got without there, where you're like, okay, I can't afford to have Silvertip Films going out every other day with my team to film these sites, but if they have a high enough skill and we've got, you know, do we need to purchase the equipment, we can do that and then allow it all to come together. Yeah. So yeah, if you're interested in that, get in contact with Jeff.
Any video, drop us a line and we'll have a chat. So I think that's probably about it for this week's live stream.
Is it?
I think so. So we probably won't be back next week's half term, so I'm going to be busy with the kids. You're going to be watching Netflix probably.
Yeah, don't have any kids that I know
of. But we'll look to be back the week after. So
do we have guests? Have you booked guests? We're
so
famous now.
We're hoping that we might have Amy Blick from Rising Stars.
Oh, you just spoiled it. You're not supposed to actually say.
Sorry. Okay.
To be fair, if anyone's watching this on the VOD afterwards, they've got this far.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Yeah.
Get back to work. Why are you on LinkedIn?
Right, thanks for watching everyone. We'll see you later. Bye.
Au revoir. Do we have an app?